Last week, during the week of webisodes, Teresa gave us a little taste of a brand new stamp set called Labels and Frames.
And what I love about the labels and frames is they come with separate sentiments, so you can actually interchange them with the different frames.
And I love the fact that those fonts are mixed on those greetings. Now I'm here to confess for her that the clear stamps have turned Anne into a stamper.
I love stamping now, and there's so many different techniques you can try.
In fact, come play with us. Well, let's take a look at the labels and frames.
Yes, let's.
And there are 22 clear stamps on the sheet, and
it comes with the 6 main frames, and then you can interchange all the different sayings and the little. You've got also little like hearts and butterflies.
So there's extra little pieces, as well as, like you said, extra greetings or sentiments that you can add. And on the back of the package, there's always another idea and just some extra ways that you can use the stamps. And it's nice to say, oh yeah, there's a border, I could do that.
Yeah.
And the thing about being able to trade out the sentiments is that as you peel off the frame and put it on your acrylic block, don't you love showing clear on clear? It's such a good thing, we always do. And this one had Feel Better Soon, but I could decide to say It's Your Day, which is in another one, and you can see that they're made separately, so that I can just put that down and change what my greeting is going to be.
So you're actually getting many different stamps,
many
different combinations.
Yes, I like that.
And we also have some new smooch inks.
Yay.
And I arranged them in rainbow order.
Aren't they pretty? Very
Very
pretty.
pretty. And they have fun names like Sassy Pink. This one's Cherry Chocolate, Frosted Aqua, Lettuce.
Cherry Chocolate.
They have a lot of edible names, I noticed, but so when you're crafting, you might get a little hungry.
And I'm going to start with the first card, but I'd like you to bring in one of the smooches so you can just see. Now, this is out of the Serendipity paper pack, and a great blend of colors. It's just such a fresh look.
I love that summery look.
Now you're going to get in really close.
Is the smooch ink, and she actually dabbed it on the edge of.
I'll scoot that over.
Yeah, on the edge of the stamp, and it gives it just a nice orange sheen there. But I love the little. It's almost like a marker tip.
Yes, it looks like it's a fingernail brush, but it's not. It's firmer than that.
So if you paint it on your nails, it will wipe off.
How do we know that, Anne?
I don't know.
You've been playing back there.
Somebody told me.
And as I tip this, you can see it gives kind of a pearl look. And
it kind of catches the light. It looks way better in person, I have to say.
Well, this is pretty light colors that we're showing right here, but we'll show you some others. Now, we do have some of the flower jewel dazzles, and so those
match nicely with the actual flowers on the stamp.
Oh, actually, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Let's back up a little bit and just see that this is one of the border prints of the Serendipity, and sometimes card makers, you know, you kind of have to think a little bit to use a great big 12 by 12, and so that has a border print.
And that's interesting because this is actually the grass part, so it's usually along the bottom.
Yeah.
But in this card, it works really well on the side.
And then inside, what has been done is a second of the labels and frames, and so that's nice. So
and more smooch added on these little flowers.
And this is the labels template, so that gives you your pattern background. So beautiful. Now, this same stamp is also used on another card, and do I have it here?
This stamp?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same stamp.
You know, let's back up a little bit so you can see them side by side, but I think that's really nice to see is that it looks so totally different.
It does. It's probably why you had trouble looking.
I know. I was looking around the table. Thank you, Anne, for covering for me. Okay, well, we'll set that aside. And now let's go to this one. Now, something different is going on. This is with the Vintage Roses papers. And as we come in, what was done on this one is that this center area was punched out.
Yeah, it's a 1 3/4 circle punch.
Okay.
And then on the, for this piece, which is actually another circle, it's slightly bigger. I think it's a 2-inch circle.
Mm-hmm. So this was stamped and embossed. This is using the extra fine black embossing powder. So that's been done. But then it was punched to exactly the size of the circle.
Right.
And then another piece of paper was punched so that this could be done, the dazzle could be added and be glued to the back of it.
Right.
And then this whole piece is foam tape on top.
Yes.
Now, on the first card, we saw one frame and label on the front and a different one on the inside, but this card is using 2 on the front.
Wow, and a different color of embossing powder. She's got gold there. It says just for you. Might be a little hard to see.
Yeah. But again, the black extra fine is right there. Very pretty with that ribbon coming across.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
we'll back up and go inside and see.
And I love how she attached the ribbon. It's all the way around the front of the
Oh,
card.
actually, let's talk about that. So you would cut a slit in the fold.
Yeah, slit in the fold.
I think that's really nice. Sometimes, you know, you end up gluing it and then you worry about it fraying. But
And this is by our brand new designer, Lodell.
oh, this is Lodell. Good job, Lodell. Good girl. You got this is her debut.
Yeah.
And here again is the same stamp, right?
Yep, it's the same stamp in reverse colors and with the gold powder on the inside.
Ah, okay. So this has got blue on the front, brown in the center, brown and gold.
Very pretty.
Beautiful. Good job. Very neat. I like the dazzles added too. That's
yeah,
just
they really match the gold parts.
truly can't go wrong. Now, this is another of the, obviously, of the frames, and this is the one that I actually pulled off in the very beginning.
Yeah, there it is.
And it's shown on the sheet horizontally, but
Which is the traditional use.
yeah, but here it is vertically, and I have to say, I don't know that I would have thought of that.
I wouldn't have thought of
It seems so simple. And this is the white extra fine embossing powder.
Very pretty on that dark brown.
It is very pretty, and look at those extra butterflies
It
having
looks
been
like
embossed.
she's just lifted up the wings to make them flutter.
Excellent. You know, this is one of the greetings on the sheet, but doing it separately and doing it going across. Is this Lodell's too? Oh, good job. And very, very neat.
And she's got a little piercing line.
Oh,
She's
let's get
pierced
in
the
really
paper.
close. This is with the
paper
easy,
piercing template.
Yes. Oh, very nice. That's neat. Good. So you don't have to stitch. You can just use it as pierce.
Yeah. And this, did you
I
notice
didn't.
that?
Oh, okay. Tell me about that.
So this is actually the same stamp, but she used a portion of it over the corner.
Okay.
So if you look at the stamp design,
Let me show you the acrylic part of it.
There we
so
go.
it's right
so
here.
just that point was stamped over the corner.
Oh,
The bottom point, I guess.
so
if you
probably if
turn
I
it
turn
around.
it around. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So, oh wow.
So you can make it going off the page.
Wow.
You could probably make a whole border.
Okay, and then inside a different frame, but the same idea
This
of it going
is the same
over.
frame.
It's the same frame.
It's the same frame. She sliced it in half
Oh
and
my gosh.
separated the two halves.
The woman is brilliant. Did she really? Oh my gosh.
Actually, I just noticed that.
Did you? Oh, great.
So it's the same stamp used in 3 completely different ways.
Okay, so here is the absolute thing. You can take these apart, you can stamp them in multiple ways, you can stamp just pieces of them. That is, okay, so you're getting of this one stamp, you're getting this, you're getting a corner treatment, you can split it and make it bigger, and then you can also do the greetings on, raise them on top.
Very cute.
Hot diggity. Okay. Here is another stamp, and this is, you wouldn't want to cut the center of this out because there's so much beautiful detail, but I am seeing smooch.
Yes, right around the
there.
edges and the swirls and the butterfly.
Very delicate, and because of that needle point, you can really get into those tiny areas, and very pretty. I like it. This is, you know, as we said, that there's 2 fonts used in every one of the sayings.
Right.
And let's back up. So those extra butterflies. This butterfly is part of the stamp, but this is one of the separate ones. And
I like
very
how she
pretty.
used the silver flowers with the purple centers.
Yes, and that's also been done on the border also. So same thing. So you really get just that shine. Very, very nice. And inside, we have the stamp that we've been going gaga over.
Right. And this is a different use.
Yes.
So use number 4.
Very much. That's great. Now, these are not just for card making.
No, they are not.
Okay.
They're also for scrapbooking.
So we'll back up and see a scrapbook page. And this is very bright and fun and some different techniques here.
Yes, we've got the stars, but it looks like she's stamped right on the background, the green, and then she stamped another copy on the red and then cut out around a solid star line.
Right.
And then foam taped it right on top. And then she's used some jewel dazzles in red and gold to accent it.
That's just great. Another version is over here on this corner. Same technique, different colors.
And this has one of the stamped greetings on it, and I think the red one is computer journaled, so you could personalize it.
There's the personal tape. That's just stunning. Also, in the border of this paper, there are more stars, and jewel dazzles were added among, you can see those circles in the center of the stars. And as I wiggle this, you'll get the shine.
Sparkle.
Now, as though that isn't enough, we have more. Here is another scrapbook page, and this is using the new batik papers.
Yes, my favorite.
Do you like that? Do you like those? And this is a very different look. Let's get in close and tell me what you've done.
Okay, so this is made from glossy cardstock, the 12 by 12 glossy, and these white hearts are made by stamping Versamark onto the glossy, letting it dry, and then sponging over it with some distress ink. And I actually have a demo for it.
Okay, and then on top you have stamped it again with embossing?
With Versamark, and
okay.
then embossed it rather than inked over it. So,
Okay, so this is going to look like magic.
like
Okay.
magic.
So I'll get the craft sheet out for you.
Thanks.
That's my job. I don't know if everyone has noticed, but my
She's
job
the
is to,
craft sheet
yes.
person. So this is my example one, and I have actually, you can't see here, but I've stamped one with Versamark right in the corner.
And I don't think turning it is gonna.
Oh,
there you go.
kind of see it.
See?
So here's the Versamark. As you can see, it's white. It's clear.
Okay.
So it dries really slow, so that allows it to be good for embossing, but it also has a resist effect when you use it on glossy. So I have my cosmetic sponge here.
Now, Anne, how long would you let it dry before you went back? And
Well, I kind of blasted it with a hairdryer for a few seconds and then let it sit for an hour. So I wanted to make sure it's really dry.
Okay. So now you're using a cosmetic wedge.
Yes, and I'm just gonna dab it over in a dabbing motion, and then you'll slowly start to see.
Oh, so it takes a moment to appear. It
Yeah,
looks
because
like,
as I dab more and more, it kind of rubs the ink away from the.
Oh, from
Like if I
the.
rub it a little bit, you can really see.
Okay. That's why you said it was kind of like a resist.
Yeah.
Oh, that is. I love magical things like
I
that.
know.
They're just so fun.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Okay, so then that's what you did across that 12 by 12 sheet. And bring it back in. So then you stamped with Versamark, you went back and you inked it, and then you went back and did Versamark again and did the embossing powder on top.
powder.
And
And then
then-
I added the jewel dazzles on top.
Of course, because life would not be
Need a little
complete.
sparkle, a little glitz.
And this is a cowgirl. Let's back up a little bit. I love how you tuck the photographs into that border that you created. And then we have a little label up here with saying my little cowgirl.
Right, and that's from the stamps too. So I stamped it on the background.
Oh,
so
I
you
didn't
can kind
see
of
that.
see the
Oh.
swirls around it. Right. And then I stamped it on the white with the journaling and then cut out just along that shape. So that's use number 5 for that one.
Of course, you could do those same uses with any of the stamps. So,
know.
oh, this is great. Great use of
They're
stamps.
so versatile.